I... I've been looking for you, he admitted, taking the seat beside her. There was an unusual hesitance in his tone. I know things have been complicated. Precious remained silent, unsure whether to trust him. She had spent days wrestling with hurt, jealousy, and confusion. Seeing him now, so close, stirred emotion she didn't know how to contain. I know you overheard some things. J.A. Minute continued, his voice low. And I know it made you feel like I don't care. But that's not true. I've liked you since the cafe, from the first moment. It's just hard. Everyone expects me to be with Hannah, and I didn't know how to act without hurting either of you. Precious stared at him, her heart pounding. His words matched what she had hoped for, yet the doubt remained. Why now? She whispered. Why tell me this here? Because I can't keep pretending, he replied. His hand brushed against Hayes, hesitant, searching for permission. I like you, Precious. I've liked you for a long time, but I didn't know how to show it. And I was afraid. Tears welled in her eyes. The tension, the pain, and the uncertainty of the past weeks pressed against her chest. For the first time, J.A. Min's words broke through the wall she had built around herself. I thought you didn't care, she confessed softly. I thought I wasn't good enough, that I was just a game to you. He shook his head firmly. No, you're not a game. You're different. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just you. And that scares me because I like that way too much. For a moment, the world seemed to pause. The garden, the cherry blossoms, and the distant hum of the city faded away, leaving only them. Precious finally allowed herself to believe that maybe, just maybe, this was real. But then a sharp voice cut through the stillness. Well, isn't this cozy? Hannah appeared at the garden gate, her smile cold and calculating. Precious felt her hand tighten around J.A. Min's, but she also felt something stir inside her, a courage she hadn't known she had. The confrontation had begun, and nothing would be simple anymore. Hannah's presence in the garden was like a storm breaking over calm waters. She leaned casually against a tree, her heels clicking softly against the stone path, and her gaze swept over Precious and J.A. Minute like she owned the space. Well, Hannah said smoothly. I didn't realize we were having a private little chat here. How romantic. Her eyes flicked to J.A. Minute, then back to Precious, sizing her up with an almost predatory grace. Precious swallowed hard, her fingers still intertwined with J.A. Min's. She felt the familiar wave of insecurity trying to pull her under, but this time, something inside her refused to yield. She straightened her back, lifted her chin, and met Hannah's gaze with quiet determination. I'm not here to compete with you, Precious said firmly, her voice steady despite the nervous flutter in her chest. I'm not here to take anything from anyone. I'm here to live my life and to be honest about my feelings. Hannah laughed softly, a sound that carried both charm and menace. Oh, sweetie, she said, you really think you can just stand there and talk to him like that? J.A. Minute and I, we have history. J.A. Min's expression tightened. He stepped slightly in front of Precious, protective but calm. Hannah, not now, he said firmly. This isn't about you. It's about me and Precious. I'm done letting you manipulate situations. Hannah's eyes narrowed, but she didn't step closer. Manipulate? Please. I'm just being honest. Isn't that what you want? She said, turning her gaze to J.A. Minute. Enough, J.A. Minute replied. I choose who I spend my time with. I'm not playing games anymore. Precious felt a rush of relief. For so long, she had been uncertain, doubting herself and J.A. Min's intentions. Now, hearing him speak so clearly and decisively, she felt a spark of hope ignite in her chest. Hannah's smirk faltered for a moment, and she straightened. Fine. Enjoy your little moment, she said, her voice clipped, and turned on her heel. Her heels clicked sharply against the stones as she left the garden, leaving an uneasy silence behind her. Precious exhaled, finally allowing herself to relax. J.A. Minute turned to her, eyes soft and sincere. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, he said gently. You didn't deserve it. She smiled faintly, her heart still racing but steadier now. Thank you for standing up for me, she said. I wasn't sure if you really liked me, or if I was just something to pass the time. He reached out, brushing a strand of hair from her face. I like you. Always have. I just didn't know how to show it until now. For the first time since arriving in Seoul, Precious felt a sense of clarity. The rumors, the whispers, Hannah's games. They could try to shake her, but she knew now that her bond with J.A. Minute was real. And for the first time, she allowed herself to hope without fear. After the confrontation in the garden, the school buzzed with whispers. Hannah had expected Precious to falter, to shrink back under the pressure of gossip and jealousy, but instead, something unexpected happened. Precious walked through the hallways with her head held high, confidence radiating from her in a way that no rumor could diminish. Hannah, on the other hand, began to notice cracks in her carefully maintained image. Students who had once admired her unquestioningly started to see the tension behind her smiles. Some even whispered among themselves about how J.A. Minute seemed more at ease around Precious now. Precious tried to focus on her studies, but the attention was impossible to ignore. At first, she felt nervous with the stares and subtle comments. Did you see Precious with J.A. Minute yesterday? Or she's really brave, standing up to Hannah like that. But over time, she realized that people respected courage and honesty. Slowly, she began to feel like she belonged, not just as a foreign girl, but as someone who could stand her ground. J.A. Minute, too, noticed a change. The distance that had once kept him from acting freely with Precious began to dissolve. He could finally walk beside her in the hallways without worry, speak to her in class without fear of judgment, and simply enjoy her presence. Hannah's attempt to manipulate him no longer carried the same weight. One afternoon, as Precious walked to her next class, a group of students approached her. "Hey, Precious," one of them said, smiling warmly. "We saw what happened with Hannah. That was really brave of you." Precious felt a flutter of pride. She had never imagined that standing up for herself could lead to acceptance from others. "Thank you," she replied softly. I didn't want to let fear control me." Meanwhile, Hannah seethed quietly from a distance. Her carefully laid plans were unraveling, and she realized that no amount of gossip or subtle manipulation could undo the bond forming between Precious and J.A. Minute. By the end of the day, Precious sat in the garden, watching cherry blossom petals drift in the wind. J.A. Minute joined her, sliding onto the bench beside her with a shy smile. "You've been amazing," he said quietly. "I don't know what I'd do without you." Precious smiled back, her heart swelling. "We've been through a lot already," she said, "but I think we're stronger for it." For the first time since arriving in Seoul, the world felt bright and full of possibility. Hannah's rumors had failed to break them. Instead, they had only brought Precious and J.A. Minute closer, proving that courage and honesty were stronger than fear and deceit. And somewhere in the back of her mind, Precious realized that this was only the beginning of their story, a story that was far from over, but one that she was finally ready to live. The days at school had settled into a rhythm, yet for Precious, every moment with J.A. Minute still felt like the fluttering heartbeat of a dream. Their bond had grown stronger since standing up to Hannah, but unspoken words lingered in the spaces between them, fragile as the cherry blossoms drifting through the Seoul air. One late afternoon, after classes had ended, J.A. Minute suggested they take a walk. "Do you want to see the Han River?" he asked, a small, hesitant smile playing on his lips. Precious nodded eagerly. She had never been there before, and the thought of spending time with him, away from the crowded hallways, made her heart race. The streets of Seoul glowed under the setting sun, the sky painted in shades of pink, orange, and purple. The hum of the city seemed softer here, almost gentle. They walked side by side, shoulders occasionally brushing, sending sparks of warmth through Precious's body. Neither spoke much at first, but the comfortable silence between them was soothing rather than awkward. When they reached the riverbank, the water reflected the sky like a mirror, rippling gently under the evening breeze. J.A. Minute motioned for Precious to sit on the stone ledge beside him. She did, her heart pounding as they gazed at the glowing water together. "I'm glad we're here," J.A. Minute said softly. He turned toward her, eyes searching his, earnest and vulnerable. "There's something I need to tell you. I haven't been completely honest with you, or with myself? Precious's breath caught. Her heart beat faster, as if anticipating the moment she had dreamed about. "What is it?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. He took a deep breath. "I've liked you since the cafe. From the moment I saw you, I knew you were different from everyone else. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just being yourself, and that scares me because I've never met anyone like you. I've tried to hide it, to pretend I wasn't affected, but I can't anymore." Precious felt tears prick at the corners of her eyes. The confusion, the jealousy, the doubts of the past weeks, they melted away with his words. She reached out, taking his hand gently. "J.A. Minute, I thought you didn't care. I thought I was imagining everything." He shook his head, his thumb brushing her hand softly. "No, I've cared from the start. I just didn't know how to handle it. But now, I want to be honest, with you and with myself." For a moment, the world faded. Only the river, the sunset, and the warmth of J.A. Min's hand remained. Precious leaned slightly closer, her heart soaring with hope and happiness. "I like you too," she whispered, her voice trembling but sure. "I have, for a long time." A gentle smile curved J.A. Min's lips as he pulled her hand a little closer. "Then let's figure this out together," he said, and in that moment, Precious knew that despite the challenges, despite Hannah, despite every doubt, they were starting something real, something worth protecting. As the sun dipped below the horizon, their hearts beat in unison, and the city around them faded into the quiet glow of possibility. Even though Precious and J.A. Minute had finally confessed their feelings, Hannah was far from finished. She had underestimated Precious, and now she was determined to regain control, no matter what it took. It began with subtle attempts. Hannah would pass by J.A. Minute in the hall, laughing a little too loudly, brushing her hair back in a showy gesture, or offering exaggerated compliments. At first, Precious tried to ignore her, focusing on her studies and the quiet moments she shared with J.A. Minute. But the whispers Hannah planted among classmates began to spread once again. "She's acting like she's all brave now, but she's just trying to steal J.A. Minute from Hannah," one student said. "Did you see them walking together yesterday? I think Precious is trying too hard," another added. Precious felt her stomach twist, but she refused to let it break her. She remembered the courage she had found in the garden, the honesty shared at the river, and the strength in her own heart. J.A. Minute had chosen her, and no amount of gossip would change that. Hannah, however, decided to escalate her tactics. She cornered J.A. Minute one afternoon near the school entrance. "J.A. Minute," she said sweetly, but her eyes were sharp. "You're making a mistake. Precious is new here. She doesn't understand how things work. Don't you think it's better to be with someone like me?" J.A. Min's expression hardened. "Hannah, I've made my choice. This isn't a game anymore, and I won't let you manipulate me or anyone else again." Hannah's smile faltered, replaced by a flash of irritation. "We'll see about that," she hissed before storming off. Later that day, Precious noticed a tension in J.A. Min's demeanor. He approached her during lunch, sitting beside her quietly. "Don't worry about her," he said softly, his hand finding Hayes. "Whatever she tries, I won't let it affect us." Precious smiled, squeezing his hand. "I believe you. I'm not letting her ruin this. Not for me, not for us." From that day on, Hannah's attempts grew weaker. The student began to notice the sincerity and bond between Precious and J.A. Minute, and the rumors lost their power. Hannah's influence waned as the couple continued to face challenges together, their trust in each other growing stronger with every obstacle. By the end of the week, Hannah realized that her schemes had failed. Precious wasn't just a foreign girl who could be intimidated. She was brave, clever, and true to herself. Hannah's frustration simmered, and though she remained a presence in the school, she no longer had the power to shake their relationship. That evening, as Precious and J.A. Minute walked home through the streets of Seoul, the city's light shimmering around them, Precious felt a deep sense of relief. They had faced the storm together, and they had won. Her journey in Seoul wasn't just about learning, dreams, or K-pop. It was about courage, love, and finding a place in a world that once felt overwhelming. And now, with J.A. Minute by her side, she finally felt like she belonged. With Hannah's attempts fading into the background, Precious and J.A. Minute finally began to enjoy the simplicity of being together. For the first time since arriving in Seoul, Precious felt the city wasn't just a foreign land. It was home, a place where her heart had found companions she could trust. School days became lighter, though still busy. Precious and J.A. Minute walked together to classes, exchanged smiles during lessons, and occasionally shared quiet conversations in hidden corners of the campus. Even small gestures, a hand brushing haze, a gentle laugh shared during lunch, a knowing glance in class, carried a depth of connection that words could not capture. They also began to learn from each other. Precious, with her Ugandan warmth and resilience, helped J.A. Minute see the world beyond expectations and pressures. He had always been polite, composed, and cautious, but with her, he allowed himself to be vulnerable, to laugh, and even to stumble. In return, J.A. Minute introduced her to authentic Korean experiences beyond the tourist spots and K-dramas she had admired from afar. He took her to quiet cafes tucked in side streets, introduced her to his favorite hanbok store, and taught her the delicate art of preparing traditional teas. Every moment strengthened their bond, every laugh, and shared secrets stitching them closer together. One Saturday, they visited a small hill overlooking Seoul. The city lights twinkled like scattered stars beneath them, and the wind carried a soft promise of possibility. "Look at this," J.A. Minute said, pointing toward the horizon. "It's beautiful, but it feels even better with you here." Precious smiled, her heart fluttering. "I feel the same. I've never felt this at home anywhere before." He turned to her, gently holding her hands. "I want us to grow together, Precious. Not just through the good times, but through everything. School pressures, rumors, life. I want to be here for you, always." Tays pricked her eyes. "I want that too. I don't care where we are or what challenges come. I just want us to face them together." And so they did. From that day on, their relationship deepened, not because of grand gestures or dramatic confessions, but because of the quiet consistency of care, trust, and understanding. They supported each other through difficult classes, encouraged one another's passions, and shared dreams for a future neither of them could have imagined when they first met in the cafe. Through every small victory and tender moment, Precious realized that love wasn't about perfection or flawless circumstances. It was about trust, respect, and choosing each other every day. As the sun set over Seoul, casting golden hues over the city, Precious leaned her head on J.A. Min's shoulder, content and certain. For the first time in her life, she felt like she had truly found a place, and it was right beside him. The final months of the school year arrived faster than Precious had anticipated. The once overwhelming hallways of Seoul High now felt familiar, filled with laughter, memories, and the gentle rhythm of everyday life. Precious had grown, not just academically, but emotionally, learning the delicate balance of trust, resilience, and love. With graduation approaching, the pressure mounted. Projects, exams, and final presentations filled the days, and the whispers of students predicting future relationships and successes grew louder. But for Precious and J.A. Minute, the chaos outside felt distant. They had learned to navigate the world together, their bond a steady anchor amid the whirlwind. One afternoon, as they worked on a joint project in the school library, J.A. Minute looked at Precious with a soft smile. "Can you believe it's almost over?" he asked. "We've made it through everything. Hannah, the rumors, all the challenges." Precious nodded, her eyes reflecting both nostalgia and pride. "It feels surreal. I never imagined I'd come from Uganda and find a place here, and find someone like you." He chuckled softly. "And I never imagined I'd meet someone like you who could change the way I see everything. You made me braver, Precious." Their afternoons became a mix of study sessions and quiet walks around the campus. The cherry blossom trees that had witnessed their first real confrontation now bore witness to their laughter, their whispered secrets, and the easy comfort of companionship. But with graduation came the bittersweet reality of change. Many students were leaving for universities abroad, careers, and new adventures. Precious, too, had plans. She had been accepted to a prestigious program in Korea that would allow her to continue her studies and deepen her understanding of the culture she loved. One evening, as they watched the sun dip behind the skyline, J.A. Minute turned to her with a serious expression. "I know after graduation things will change. You'll be busy with your program, and I'll have my own responsibilities. But I want you to know something. Precious tilted her head, curious and attentive. I want to be with you, no matter where life takes us, he said earnestly. We've faced so much together already. I don't want to lose what we have. Precious felt her heart swell. I don't want to lose it either. We've worked too hard, come too far, and I believe in us. They held hands in the fading light, their fingers intertwined like a promise neither needed to speak aloud. The city around them glittered, alive with possibilities, but their focus was solely on each other. As graduation loomed, Precious realized that her journey and career had given her far more than academic achievement. It had given her courage, independence, and a love she had once only dreamed about. The final chapter of the school year was near, and with it, the beginning of a new adventure, together. Graduation day arrived with a mix of excitement and nostalgia. The campus, once buzzing with the nervous energy of new students, now hummed with anticipation. Cherry blossoms swirled gently in the breeze, and the sunlight cast a warm glow over the familiar paths that had become home to Precious. Dressed in her cap and gown, Precious walked across the campus, feeling the weight of both achievement and change. She glanced around at her classmates, some who were friends, some who had been rivals, but her attention was immediately drawn to J.A. Minute. He stood proudly, adjusting his cap, a soft smile on his face that made her heart skip. As their eyes met, all the weeks of struggle, misunderstandings, and stolen glances came rushing back. This wasn't just a graduation. It was a celebration of everything they had endured and everything they had built together. The ceremony began, and names were called one by one. Precious felt a surge of pride as she stepped onto the stage, shaking hands with teachers and receiving her diploma. When she returned to her seat, J.A. Min's hand was there, warm and reassuring. After the speeches and applause, the graduates spilled into the campus courtyard. The air was filled with laughter, congratulations, and the bittersweet realization that some chapters were closing. Precious looked at J.A. Minute, his presence steady and comforting amidst the crowd. "Can we take a walk?" he asked gently, offering his arm. Precious nodded, her heart fluttering. They walked together to the hill overlooking Seoul, the city sprawled beneath them like a sea of twinkling lights. "This feels like the perfect ending," Precious said softly. J.A. Minute shook his head with a playful grin. "No, this is just the beginning. Graduation is just one chapter. What comes next, that's a real adventure." Precious squeezed his hand. "Then let's face it together. No matter where life takes us, I want to be with you." He smiled, his eyes reflecting the glow of the city and the love he felt for her. "Always," he said. In that moment, all the challenges, the rumors, and the distance that had once seemed insurmountable faded away. Precious realized that her journey, from Uganda to Korea, from a dreamer in front of a computer screen to a young woman standing on the cusp of a bright future, had been about more than culture or academics. It had been about growth, courage, and finding someone who could truly understand her heart. As they stood side by side, watching the sunset, Precious felt a quiet certainty. Life in Seoul had given her a home, a purpose, and a love that would carry her through every challenge ahead. The future was uncertain, yes, but with J.A. Minute by her side, she was ready for anything. Hand in hand, they turned from the hill and walked down toward the city lights, stepping into a new chapter together. Their story was no longer just about dreams. It was about life, love, and the courage to embrace every moment as it came. And as the night wrapped Seoul in its gentle embrace, Precious whispered softly, "Here's to us and everything yet to come." J.A. Minute smiled, pressing a gentle kiss to her forehead. "To us," he echoed, and together they moved forward, side by side, hearts entwined, ready for whatever the world had in store.